All right, all right. Welcome back to the Vendor's Edge podcast. Today, we're going to be diving into a topic that can make or break your sales year, preparing for seasonal and holiday events with high traffic and opportunities for increased sales coming up. These events are actually very essential for vendors. Whether it's Halloween, right now we're coming up upon the Halloween, a lot of Halloween, uh, Fall Fest, and different Halloween festivals and markets are going on. Christmas markets are right around the corner, as well as Thanksgiving and New Year's. Or you're gearing up for a springtime fair, whether it be Valentine's Day, Easter. Um, we're gonna go. We're gonna go cover how to make the most of these special times. So let's get started. I'm Bill Davenport with Anchored Market Ventures. We're your number one source for vendor knowledge and empowerment. We run local farmers markets all over the Florida Panhandle and do pop-up events. So if you get a chance, definitely check us out online, whether it's at our website, anchoredmarketventures.com, or one of our social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We'd love to have you check us out and join us. So kind of getting into it, why are seasonal and holiday events important? Really, it boils down to seasonal and holiday events bring in shoppers. Um, and they're shoppers who are actively looking for unique and meaningful festive items to purchase. It's a lot of times it's around a gift giving event, whether it's Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter, a birthday. A lot of times birthdays coincide with some of these holidays and seasonal times. A lot of times there are times where families gather, friends gather that don't usually get together. So a lot of gift giving is reserved for these particular holidays. So it's a great time. To really target shoppers that are actively looking to purchase. Um, these shoppers are usually ready to buy, and it's really a prime opportunity for you as a vendor. Not only can you increase your sales during this period, but you can also get a chance to build customer relations. Um, and these customer relations will last year round. So going the extra mile to prepare for these events is truly worth it. Um, so when these holiday events are coming up and you're looking at all the different options you have available for holiday and seasonal markets, you're going to be looking at choosing the right event. So which event is best for you? Um, with so many seasonal events, it is really essential for you to sit down and look at these different events and find out which one is best for you and to choose wisely. You can start by researching events that align with your products. You want to think about foot traffic, targeted demographics, booth fees or event fees come into play. You'll see a whole spectrum from really expensive to super affordable and everything in between. So you definitely want to look at that. For instance, larger events might bring in more people, but sometimes your smaller events are community focused market is just the right fit for you and your product. So evaluate the pros and cons. Choose the event that offers the best potential for you and your specific items. And with the seasonal and holiday events, you want to specialize your products. Specialize your product line for the particular season or holiday that's coming up. One key way to attract attention at these events is to tailor your product line to the season. So, if you have some stuff that pairs really well with, say, Thanksgiving. If some of your produce or your meats are really suited for, let's just say, Thanksgiving, you can highlight that. You can give out recipe cards for some traditional Thanksgiving dishes, but tailoring it for that specific season or holiday is really important. You can add limited limited edition or limited time items like pumpkin spice products for the fall or the holiday. Themed crafts, if you're a crafter, you can do some themed crafts, which creates excitement for your products. You can offer gift bundles or specialized packaging. Um, all of that also taps into the gift mindset that shoppers will be in that are attending these events and markets. Um, and it does really well for your holiday shoppers. These seasonal touches, um, they can make your booth feel unique, and all of that packaged together helps increase your sales as a vendor. So, crafting a standout booth display. Um, if there's one thing as a vendor you take away from our podcast and our videos, is booth display is crucial. You really want to take the time to really put effort into your booth. You'll hear me always say, um, give your booth texture and depth and elevate products up. Um, that is super important, and you should always be mindful of that and always trying to figure out how to create good texture and depth and elevate products and color coordinate. But with the holiday and seasonal um, markets, you can craft your booth in a way that really complements that season. So if it's fall, you can use some rustic wood, some browns and natural uh, neutral colors. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Seasonal decorations are a fantastic way to draw in shoppers. Think holiday lights, themed backdrops, props that create a festive feel. But when you bring in these props and different things for the themes, you want to keep it cohesive and true to your brand. Also, consider using props to show how your products make great gifts. A well designed display can really set you apart in a sea of vendors. Clean, professional looking, themed, good depth, texture, and height. All of that is what'll help differentiate you from other vendors that may have like products like you, and great booth presence and a positive attitude. Planning for inventory needs and sell surges. A lot of times, the seasonal events and holiday markets, you're going to see an increased surge in shoppers that are coming out. A lot of times they have family and friends in town, so they're all getting together, and it's a great way to come out and experience the community and have a great start to your day, whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday or a midweek market or event. But with that increased foot traffic, you want to plan for your inventories and expected sell surges. Your inventory is a big piece of the puzzle. So, seasonal events often mean higher traffic. It's also essential to plan ahead. You want to estimate how much you'll need based on past events if you've done the event before, and also if there's some good estimations on expected attendance this year or the year that you're doing the event. You can base all of that off that information. You don't want to overproduce though. So there's definitely a fine line in there. I think you got to keep expectations realistic when it comes to how much uh, produce to pick, how much meat to bring, or how much arts and crafts, whatever it is that you're selling. Um, you definitely want to plan for a surge in sales, but you also want to keep expectations realistic. If it's something that can be carried over to other markets or events, it's maybe less of a concern. But if it's something that can't, be mindful of that. But at the same time, you want to produce enough that you don't run out necessarily, because if you run out, those are missed sales opportunities. Um, have a backup plan for restocking, especially if it's a multi-day event. Having that backup plan to be able to restock can really be a lifesaver for that event and keep you in profit and in sales throughout that event. You want to create a festive marketing and promotion plan. You really want to look at your marketing, promote your event attendance on social media, use themed graphics, maybe a countdown, some sort of countdown calendar or countdown post. All of that helps build excitement about you being at that event. It helps build that anticipation so customers know to come see you. You could offer pre-orders or even exclusive event only items to encourage people to visit you at that event and visit you at your booth. Um, if you have been collecting emails and you have a email marketing campaign that you send out, your email campaigns can be super effective for holiday and seasonal events. Let your regular customers know where you're going to be and what seasonal items you're going to bring and what they can expect. That'll help get some of your super loyal customers going and supporting you at your event. A lot of these events are outside, so you want to prepare for the weather and other external factors. Outdoor events bring their own challenges, especially during the holidays. Weather can be unpredictable at times, depending on what part of the country you're in. A lot of holidays fall when um, it's fall or winter. Seasons are changing. Weather can go from hot to cold or cold back to hot. You can get some snow, sleet, rain. All of that stuff needs to be taken into consideration at the event. You want to be watching the weather forecast, but that'll lead you to want to bring appropriate tents, waterproof your products, some way to shield them, whether it's transporting them to and from your booth so that they're protected. Keep extra weights and table covers on hand because the wind can play a factor on some of these events. Think about lighting. If the event goes into the evening or it's an evening into the night market or event, you want to make sure that you have adequate lights. They can be something as a little battery operated lanterns all the way to full blown lighting systems up around your canopy. So these small details can really make or break your setup. You want to prepare for the unexpected. Sometimes that's hard, but you definitely want to put some effort into that and think about some potential hazards that may arise based off of the weather forecast and other external things that may be happening in the area. With holiday and seasonal markets, you do normally have an uptick in the foot traffic. You have an uptick in the amount of buyers that are coming to your booth. With that being said, sometimes we're kind of close to redlining as vendors being a single person booth. This is a good time to ask for a family member, a friend. If you got some kids that are maybe middle school or high schoolers, you can have them come out and help you. But you want to look at potentially getting some help in your booth during the holiday and seasonal markets. When it comes to high traffic events, staffing it can be really crucial. If you anticipate a crowd, bring extra help. Um, what that does is it allows you to focus on your customer service and focus on servicing the needs that they have. Um, while not neglecting all the other stuff that goes on in the booth. So you can have your worker stocking, um, bagging up stuff, gift wrapping, whatever it is that you offer. And that allows you to still create that customer experience and grow your brand and grow those customer relations. It ensures that every visitor gets attention, even during your busy times. So a great experience often turns a browser in your booth into a buyer. So if it's going to be busy, highly recommend um, picking up one or two extra staff to help you in your booth, so that you have a smooth and productive and super enjoyable market experience. And then that kind of leads us into boosting sales with special promotions and payment options. Holiday events are perfect for special promotions. Um, Everybody loves a deal. When you hear the word special promotion as a buyer, that kind of excites you. Um, so use that to your advantage as a vendor. Offer discounts, bundle deals. You can do incentives like free gift wrapping with a purchase of X amount or more. Um, and then you want to offer easy payment options. Um, Make sure that you're ready for credit cards, mobile pay, um, offer gift cards possibly. The easier you make it for people to buy, the more likely they are to do so. I know a lot of vendors live and die on the cash is king. We believe cash is king, but we are also in a digital age that more and more, when you look at the business reports, more and more shoppers are going to credit. They're carrying less cash and putting more of their purchases on credit or mobile pay. So if you're not accepting that, it's something you probably should be really looking at offering. That can really grow your profit margins because it can increase your sales. A lot of vendors are losing sales because they're very limited on the payment options that they accept. And then after your event, your holiday or seasonal event, um, you should be planning for your post event follow up. And that's kind of gather your customer information when possible. If you've got their email addresses, social media links, and you want to use that stuff for future marketing. After the event, you can send all the customers that purchase from you a thank you email or thank you video. You can sit here on your phone and send them a personalized message, thanking them for coming out and supporting you and supporting a small local business. Um, what that does is that keeps that connection to that customer alive. It just doesn't end with that transaction at your booth, and it grows a customer. It grows that customer into potentially a loyal customer that's going to support you year round and long term. It's super important, especially towards the end of the uh, overall came undone. It's super important with holiday seasons, especially towards the end of the year, because you got Halloween, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got New Year's. Shortly after, you got Valentine's Day leading right into Easter. So there's a lot of holiday, a lot of seasonal stuff kind of just going back to back to back. It's really important to stay organized and to mentally prepare. I can't stress enough, as a vendor, we put a lot of time and effort into farming, uh, packaging, preparing. If we're arts and crafters, building, creating, the there's a lot of moving parts to getting ready before you show up at the market day. but you got to take time out of that for you. You got to get some good sleep. You got to get some good rest. When we're burning the wick at both ends, eventually it's going to catch up, and we can feel mentally down. We can feel drained. We can feel depressed. So we really need to focus on ourselves. That's that mental preparedness. But stay organized and take care of yourself. Create an inventory list. Of what you need to bring to each one of these markets or events. Pack a toolkit and a backup supplies, whether it's pins, labels, markers, zip ties, hanger hooks, baskets for showing your produce. Just have a small backup kit. You can put it in a little Rubbermaid tub and slide it into the back of your car or your truck. And you definitely at these events don't want to forget about the essentials like water, snack, maybe a packed lunch. You can't always rely on the events having uh, food trucks or food vendors. And even if they do have food trucks or food vendors, it may not be the type of food that you're preferring or that you're wanting at the event. So bring your own water, your own snacks, your own lunch or dinner if it's a night event. These events can be exhausting, but staying organized and taking care of yourself will help you bring your best energy to the booth and to that market. And that's really a game changer. So, kind of from there, holiday and seasonal events offer incredible opportunities to you as a vendor, but success depends on your preparation by choosing the right events, curating your product line to fit those seasonal and holiday events, crafting a standout display booth, and taking care of all the details that you can control. You'll be ready to make the most of the season, of the holidays. So I want to say thank you all for listening. I'm Bill Davenport with Anchored Market Ventures. You're listening to the Vendors Ed podcast, and we'll see y'all at the next recording.